amigos, and welcome back to another one of my Bring a Blanket live writing and productivity sprints. My name is Emma Bennet, if you haven't been here before, and I write contemporary romance. And today I am so excited because I am joined by one of my absolute favorite people ever, Shannon, the SD Huston, who has her own blankets. You have no idea how exciting this is for me. No one ever brings a blanket when they come to visit me on my sprints. But, you know, you read the assignment, you got it right. SD, would you like to introduce yourself to anybody who doesn't know you?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Shannon. I write under the pen name of SD Huston. I have a YouTube channel under the name of SD Huston. I publish content about writing and my self-publishing journey, although those videos have are far and few in between, although I'm having a video I'm doing today for story origin because of a new feature. It was a secret feature at the time I started testing it, but now it's available to everybody. And Evan Gao, the creator of and developer of Story Origin, asked if I would, promote it somewhere or whatever. I was like, I'll make a video about it. So I'm going to try to make a video today. But yeah, it'll be after this, but I'm wearing the Story Origin t-shirt. So that will be a video that will come out here soon. And I do lots of writing sprints on my channel. I've been trying to do one every day in April for Camp Nano. I only missed one day because of surgery that was not intentionally planned before. And I am 1/3 of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast with Ben Pick from Running to Write and Morgan Lee. And we talk about self-publishing and we interview lots of people that are in the self-publishing world, whether they're writing or in the industry. And I'm also one half of the AuthorTube Writing Conference duo with Margaret Bernard. AuthorTube Writing Conference is coming June 23rd through the 25th. May 1st, we should have a video come out, which is not too far in the future right now. I don't know when it's going to actually happen on May 1st. But on that day, we will be unveiling the full schedule for the AuthorTube Writing Conference and among other things. And opening the first page critique panel submissions, which is anonymous. So be on the lookout for that. We'll have a link where you can anonymously submit your first page. And we have a set of people who will be reading that first page and giving their feedback on it during the conference. So.
Awesome. That sounds so fun. I've seen something like that before at another conference, and it works so well, doesn't it? It's really, really good. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that bit of it. I'm very excited about the writing conference. Right, we have got lots of people already here today, excited to be sprinting. Let's see who's here. We have the lovely Dreaming Truth. Hello. I'm guessing that you are at work at the moment. I hope it's going okay for you. Paige is here as well. Good morning. See you ladies in a few. Everybody will be asking after SD today because of your surgery last week. You must be sick of it now. It's like every stream you go on, everyone's like, are you okay? How are you doing? How are you doing?
No, I'm okay with it. It's nice that people remember because I have such a hard time remembering everything. So when somebody remembers it, I'm like, oh, wow, they're really good at this.
And the lovely Linny Sprinkles is here. Hiya, nice to be joined by you again. Dreaming Truth has been here for a while, apparently. And Dreaming Truth says, you know how you were forced to do something that doesn't resonate with your soul, something that makes you want to claw your own face off or stroll off a cliff. Oh,
aren't we writers? I mean, that is such a visual that she's made right there in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're not having too much of a rough time. That sounds horrible.
I know. Yes,
she says, I'm fine.
Yesterday, she was kind of having a rough day, I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't on any streams yesterday, I don't think. I was shopping. I did exciting shopping yesterday. I'm starting my creative writing classes that I'm running next week. So I got to go shopping for like new pens and notepads and things like that. It was really good.
We like that stuff as writers too.
Yeah, my husband kept saying things like, are you sure that's the right one? Because we can go to another shop and get you a more expensive one. I was like, that's my love language. It's my love language right there.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Lenny says, it's nice here too, but I'm 100% not feeling up for today. My morning has been rough already, and I'm hoping it gets better.
Me too.
Oh, no. Yeah. How's your head now? Because you were having those horrible migraines. And it says, Emma, hello, how are you? I am good, thank you. Well, and you were saying your back's not too bad. Oh, and Inca is here as well. Hello, Inca. And Dilara, who I haven't met before, I don't think, but hello, thank you. Thank you for coming and joining us. And what will you be working on? What do you write? And Laura Gomez is here as well. Hiya, Laura. How's your medical coming along? I have blanket envy. You should have blanket envy. You should. You guys missed Shannon's cat coming in and trying to get on the blankets as best as it could. But unfortunately, like Shannon wasn't allowed the blanket as well. I don't think he was supposed to give it up as opposed to sharing it.
Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with me.
Yeah. And Renee is here as well. Hello. And Laura Gomez says stationery shopping is the best. It really is, isn't it? And it is Bonnie's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope you're having an awesome day. And if you're still there, we need to know what cake you're going to be having. That is very important.
If she's having cake.
She better be. What kind of a birthday is it without cake?
We've learned that not everybody likes cake.
Okay, birthday cake stroke pie. What birthday pie might you have? And then he says, no headaches, migraines lately, just dealing with difficult emotions this morning, and it's troublesome. Oh. Is there any news on a house for you? Because you were kind of vaguely house hunting, weren't you? Cat's Novel Adventures is here. Hello. Hey, ladies, I'm writing a blog post about the books I read in March. I'm a bit behind, to say the least. And Delara says, I'm writing the first draft of a psychological thriller. Cool. It's about a woman who is on the run, and it has supernatural elements. I'm sold. That's it.
Do you beta read by any chance? Because I think Dreaming Truth is looking for beta readers for her thriller. Mystery thriller?
Yeah, I think, thriller. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That might be a little connection we made there. And Panda is here. Hi, Panda.
This goes to my point to people who don't like cake.
Yeah, exactly. Or the one person. Happy birthday to Bonnie. Bonnie says, not sure about the cake, but I'm not making my own, I hope. Actually, I like to make my own birthday cake. That's how controlling I am. No, I do. I really, really like cooking. And I love baking. So like for me, part of the pleasure is making the exact cake that I want.
Now for my husband's birthday in September of last year, right? He knew I was really busy, and he kind of made comments like leading up to the week of his birthday. He's like, I know you're really busy. It's okay if you don't get me a cake. And I know for a fact that what he was saying that, but what he meant was, I really hope you find time to get me a cake. And strawberry is his favorite cake. So what I did, and I had explained it to my son, and he's autistic, but so we went through it several times so he wouldn't give it away. So I got like a cake box mix of strawberry, I got the frosting, I got some strawberries, and I put that all on the table so that when he got up, I said, happy birthday, there's your cake, you can make it. But I actually did have a cake for him.
Oh, good joke. And yeah, we have made a match here. Good one, Shannon. I would love to beta read, Sister Lara. Fantastic. People helping people. Alexandra is here as well. Hello. You also haven't been to one of my streams before.
And this is a new person to me too. I know Delara, but I don't know who this is.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you write? What are you going to be working on? Linny says, that's the issue. I'm having lots of drama now, and I feel like my hopes are getting messed with. Oh, I'm so sorry. That really, really sucks for you. Where are we? Oh, Bonnie says, I love food. I don't cook the most. I just cook so much. Yeah. And RC is here as well. Hello, RC. How are you? Awesome. Okay, so I thought that we would use your kitten timer.
Oh, the one that have a ton of ads with it, though.
But in the hope. So there was one ad when I kind of set it up. So I'm hoping that YouTube will be like, oh, there we go. Like we've done the ads.
Oh, did we want to do? We were talking about, you were asking me how my story was going, and I said, well, I've got a story.
Yes. I want to make you big again. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
No, don't worry about it. I reminded you. It's fine. So I've been like really, really deep into my story. And yesterday, I think I didn't add it all up. I think I spent like 12 and a half hours working on my story. So this morning, So this morning, my husband's like, how'd you sleep? I'm like, not good. Let me tell you what happened. I was dreaming that I write fantasy romance, but I have a female character in my main book, in my book, that she's the main antagonist throughout the books. And so I was in a fight with her, a magical fight, but it wasn't working. I was dying. So then I rewrote the scene in my dream, and I still died. And I rewrote the scene, and I actually saw words go through in my dream, and I was rewriting the scene over and over again. And I still lost.
Yeah, but so you didn't win at all?
No. And my husband was like, "You're spending too much time in your world."
Oh, okay. So before you go to bed tonight, you need to kind of work out what magical power you need to give yourself that will defeat hers, so that if it happens again, you know what to do.
Yeah,
would be what I would suggest there, you know? Well, that's terrible.
I said, it's funny to me, but I don't know it'd be funny to anybody else.
No, it is. It's very funny. If I have dreams that are kind of vaguely unpleasant, I mean, I've never had anything as crazy as that, but when I'm kind of half awake, I like sort it out for myself. Does that make sense? So I'll be like, oh, okay, this is like a sticky situation, but I'll do this, and do this, so that by the time I'm fully awake, it's like all been resolved.
I think it's like part of lucid dreaming, where you can change things in your dream or change the direction or something. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely you need to, if anybody's got any ideas of what powers Shannon might need, then let us know in the chat so that she can be prepared in case it happens again tonight. And we have been joined by Joanne as well, who's saying hello to everybody. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so we were going to try this cat timer. I typically do 25-minute sprints just because that seems to be what's working well. But if anybody would like different lengths, just let me know, and I will see what I can do. So yeah, hopefully there won't be too many adverts in this one. If there are, then it's completely SD's fault, and we will blame her 100% for that. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's start this first sprint and be all awesome and productive in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right software
This is what the future of writing looks like. Introducing Word Tune Spices, a new super tool that will
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
That is the most civilized end to any timer that there has ever been in the history of the world. Just some
So like it
gentle
has all those commercials.
piano jazz. I love it. Very, 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 very cool. How did that sprint go for you, Shannon?
It's good. Yeah, I've been working on consolidating all my beta reader feedback, making changes. I really got in there with the bigger things yesterday, and I think there might be
we'll find a different one for next time, because that was a bit annoying, wasn't it?
Just a bit. But yeah, I'm going back through now and adding.
So yeah, what were you up to? What did you get done?
So I have gone through some of the comments I thought that would take a little bit longer for me to do anything with them. I'm going through those now, and I'm separating out those that are going to take even longer for me to address and putting those aside and working on the smaller ones. And I started from the very beginning of the novel again. And so I got through 32 pages of 499 pages.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool, nice. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Okay. Nice. That's a long manuscript to go through. I was kind of making a list of what I need to do, and trying to sort out a plot problem that I've got at the moment. So, and I was in the chat, so that was fun as well. That was all good. Right, now, where were we in the chat? How do you mark where you are in the chat? Because you always say, oh, I marked where I was in the chat. How do you do that?
In the back end of StreamYard, you can go to the comments, so not the private chat, but the comments, and I just put a star on the last person who commented. Or if there's someone else who says something, I put a star on that first one, so I know where to come back to. You just click on it.
I don't think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's just a big delay.
Now, can anybody hear me? Because Shannon doesn't seem to be able to hear me.
I'm hearing you.
Let me go back down to the comments again and see what people are saying. Right. Okay. I will have to do that. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I'm sorry that there's a little bit of a lag. Hopefully I can get it sorted out during the next sprint. Oh, brilliant. Okay. There we go. Right. Where were we? So I know RC had come in. That was awesome. And Panda had come in. There we go. And Inca. Inca was responding to your dream that you had, and she said, I had a dream where my antagonist, to the fact it was a dream, it was that her horse was the wrong color. So I loved that. I thought that was brilliant. And Kayleen said, had a dream, raptors were hunting us, and I said, that's not very realistic, and watched my brain Rolodex through scary things, lions, tigers, dinosaurs, woke up frustrated with my limited imagination. Which I absolutely love. That's brilliant, brilliant. Barrett popped in and said hi. That he is at work, so he's not going to be hanging with us properly. And Andy is working on slides for videos to accompany a lead magnet I'm revamping. So that's very cool. What else? There was so much chat. It properly exploded. And Shadow's Lair came in as well. I don't know if you know Shadow, Esty. I don't know if he has come into your sprints.
I think he's been there a couple times maybe, but I've seen him in other sprints.
What's that? What was that noise? That was weird.
Yeah, it was. It sounds like the end of one of my timers, but I don't have any.
Anybody else get that noise? I don't know. Right. So what I think I would do, as it seems that Shannon can't hear me very well, or that there's a lag. I think if I go into another sprint now, and hopefully I can sort out the internet connection a little bit better for that, and then we will come back and do lots more. Okay, here is the big test. How is the sound now? Have we got rid of the lag?
I hear you just fine. Are you hearing me?
Yay! I don't know what I did. I just tried everything. I was just frantically resetting and yeah, awesome. Brilliant. Hooray! And we got rid of Panda as well. So this stream is going fantastically now. Esty, how did that go for you?
It's good. I didn't move through as many pages. I'm now on page 58, which I think I was 30 something last time, but I'm in a chapter that needed a little bit of work, so it's getting done.
Yeah, you can't rush it. You can't rush it. I'm going to be getting into my beta reader comments next month for my book Center Stage, the one that I wrote during Nano last year. So it's been terrible because I've had most of them for a good month and a half, but I haven't been able to look at them because I've had other things that I needed to work on. So
are you going to be looking for beta readers for your Camp Nano nonfiction book?
I will be, yeah, but I'm not quite sure when. Okay. Although I suppose the earlier the better. That's kind of finished now. Yeah. So that's good. I'm not having to write on my phone anymore, which we definitely appreciate.
Yeah. You said that was your publishing company, right?
Sorry?
That was picked up by your publishing company?
The one from Nano last year. So it's called Center Stage. It's about a ballet dancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say because like putting that out marketing wise, putting out the nonfiction book about Nano would be great, like in the month or so before Nano, November.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm hoping to have it out for September. So I guess I do need to get it with beta readers by kind of June, I suppose.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. I know it is. It'll be really lovely to have. I think I've got 3 books I'm hoping to self-publish this year. So that's going to be really, really fun too, because it's been a little while since I've actually self-published anything. So it's going to be really fun. Yeah. Right. I think we had somebody leaving. Who did I see was leaving? Oh, Dalara was leaving. Hello. Enjoy your yoga class. I'm jealous. I haven't been to a yoga class for so long. Our town is so small. I don't think there are any yoga classes going on here at all.
Yes. Yeah. Everywhere I've lived before now, we've had yoga classes because we've lived by bigger cities, but here it's just too small.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. Paige got 5 pages down. Her Paige got 5 pages. Awesome. Well done.
You know her last name is Paige?
Yeah. So. It's perfect, isn't it, for a writer?
Right.
Amanda said 15 pages to go. Is it 15 pages to go to get done today? There we go. Awesome. And Laura Nettles found a prop coffin for sale. May need it for future videos. Okay.
So does that mean she bought it?
Presumably. I mean, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have
to use it for future videos. She can really say she's a vampire now.
Yeah, that would be handy, wouldn't it? Yeah, she could have like an intro with the coffin, and then she just kind of sits up and is like, "Welcome to my YouTube channel."
Laura, we're redesigning your intros here. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we can help you with this. We're more than happy to help you with this. And Laura Gomez is saying, seems like everywhere has a Zumba class, no matter how small. We have nothing here. Nothing. We have a kayaking class, which all my kids go to, but I can't because I've got this weird ear. So there's no point in me trying because it's all flipping over and flipping it back up again, which I just couldn't do.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Yeah, we have nothing here. We will have a writing class though, as of Wednesday next week.
Because of Emma Bennet.
Yeah. Paige said, my first name is Paige. I used to tell people, you've been paged.
Yeah. No, I get that because my author name Huston, that was my maiden name. So I've heard Huston, we got a problem my whole life.
Yeah.
And then my husband's last name is Willis. So I always tell people I went from one-liner last name to another one-liner last name because as Houston, we got a problem too. What you talking about, Willis?
What's what you talking about, Willis? Where's that from? I don't know
it's
that one.
a TV show. Maybe it was just here in the U.S. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the show. It's an older one, like from the 80s, but which is when we were around as kids.
Yeah, back in the 80s, here we had
Different Strokes. Yes,
we just had 4 TV channels.
Oh,
in the 80s when I was growing up, and we used to get the reruns of stuff, but they didn't always used to put them in the right order. And the worst one was the old Batman TV show with Adam West. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because during the sprint, I went to go look up onomatopoeias, if I'm saying it right. I can't say it right, but because I had a beta reader who said, I think you should put an onomatopoeia here. So I went to go look up some onomatopoeias that might work. And I saw the whole bang pow from Batman. People were talking about that on some boards.
Yeah, but it used to end and it would always be like, Batman is gonna get sucked into the incinerator. Will Robin be able to save him? Find out this time next week. And then I'd tune in next week and it would be a completely different episode to the one because they used to do it in different order. So I'd be like, well, I guess he survived. Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Different Strokes is what the show was called. I've never heard of it. I don't think that we had it in the UK.
Well,
Everybody's
is it Inca in? No, Inca is not. I don't remember. Inca is not in the US. Either she's in the UK or she's in Ireland or somewhere else. She's not in the US. So I guess maybe she remembers it. Maybe she was in a place where they had good reruns and stuff.
Yeah. Here we go. Laura says, I remember Different World, not Different Strokes. I don't know Different World either.
I'm trying to remember a different world. It sounds familiar, but I don't recall what that is.
It was in the 90s, apparently. I remember Boy Meets World, that little sitcom. I love that one. That was awesome. Right, I will move back a little bit in the chat, but there's just so much. Bless you guys. You're so sweet. Oh, the coffin is still available. Fingers crossed. Is it like eBay? Is it like eBay? Have you put? Yeah. Have you put a what do you call it? A bid. There we go. That's the word. A bid. Yeah. I mean, you might have to pay quite a lot, but I feel it's going to be worth it. You know, you don't get coffins coming up every day. Well, if you do, they're probably really, really expensive because they're real ones.
Yeah. Especially if that one, that was, but it probably was. I would think it would be expensive.
I would, quality goods like that. But just think of the subscribers. Think of the subscribers. Laura Gomez got 152 words. Pot coffin. Inca did beta reading. Sorry.
Nice. Oh, I was like, where are you at in the chat? And I was like, oh, it's back a little bit. Inca did say that she was in the UK. So I was trying to find the US, but I couldn't remember exactly where.
Oh, I must have just missed that one.
Well, it's down on the bottom.
I'm trying to kind of move up a little bit because there's no way I'm going to get through all these comments. But I was like, well, I'll try and do the recent ones. Margaret says, have fun chatting. I'm going off grid to write and record. Oh, well, we missed her. Bye, Margaret. Thank you for coming. Amanda got a couple of pages of work done. And we know that Panda left us.
Although he said he said he was leaving, but he didn't, just to see if it was going to be fixed, or something about him not leaving is why everything was fixed with the lag or something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, he does that. I've noticed that about Andy. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm leaving. So everyone's like, oh, thank goodness, like Andy's not here. I'm so glad he's gone. And then he's like, I'm still here. So just be careful with that, guys, okay? Because he comes back.
Well, because people, when they say they're leaving, I learned this, right? If I say I'm leaving and then I've left, then I'll come back and rewatch, try and catch the rest of the replay, and I see people saying goodbye to me. And I'm like, oh, I didn't stay long enough to see people saying goodbye. So I think it's kind of now, if I say goodbye, I'm like waiting a second because people say goodbye. I'm going to say, thank you, see you later, or, something in reply.
Yeah. Yeah. And Heather put a link to her live. So if you like some stream hopping, I do try to do stream hopping. but it doesn't tend to work for me because I get like squirrel brain. So I try to keep, like, if there's two going, I try to have one on my mobile that I just have on silent for the watch hours, and then like one on my laptop.
I get that.
Yeah. And we had lots of people joining us. We had Nia was joining us, and
Hi.
JC. I feel these are like AuthorTube royalty. Who is
These are
here?
the evening streamers.
Yeah.
Stopping in for a minute to say hello.
Yeah, and sometimes I try to stay up late enough to like to say hi to them, but
yeah,
not always. Okay, right. What are the new comments? I'm so sorry. If there was anything that I completely missed during all that craziness that you would like to discuss, then please do pop your comment again down at the bottom, because I'm just going to get completely lost if I try to go through all of this.
Laura did say that the listing for the yep, there it is.
Yeah, I can't. How do you say that on? I don't know how you. Should we try it?
Heard of that before?
Kijiji.
Kijiji. That sounds good to me. Kijiji.
The Canadian Craigslist. $250 and made of wood with metal handles. That's quality, man. Should we have a whip around? Set up a Ko-fi, and we'll all donate. But we all have to be allowed to use it if we need it for our videos as well. And JC, congratulating you, Shannon, on your 900 subs. But it was the fact that you didn't even just do 900. I don't know what you're on now, but you were at 904. You just did this big leap, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was huge because I mentioned a few days ago, it was staying at like 885 to 888, and it was like jumping between those three numbers for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden it jumped up over 900. And it was really surprising to me because I thought, well, maybe this is the end of what I'm going to be able to reach with the YouTube shorts, because it's the YouTube shorts that have really helped me push my subscriber count up.
Sure. I don't find that with mine when I do a short, but in fairness, your shorts are better than mine. Mine just tend to me like me just being there saying something, whereas yours are like clever.
Oh, well, I don't show myself on screen. There was and that video, I think I sent you a video nope, there was someone else. So vidIQ, I think yesterday said that they're finding that the shorts that do the best now are those that are searchable. So a short that answers a question. If and I was thinking for you, I mean, you have tons of great information, especially about traditionally publishing. You could answer questions about being a traditionally published author, and you might be able to show up more in the search now.
Yeah, that could be a good idea. Thanks. I was going to do, because I know you've been making some shorts out of your podcast.
Yeah.
Things. I've been really enjoying those. So I was thinking of doing that with some of the interviews that I've done recently.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. I'm guessing that you just kind of clip the bit that you want, and then it says you can turn it into a short.
Well, I don't use the feature on YouTube to make the shorts. I go back to my original editing program, which I use Hitfilm Express. And I've already marked it. So I marked a lot of them, like there's videos that we're interviewing now with. I'm marked as I'm editing. I'm marking them in my film. So I know I can go back later and just pull that clip out. So that
you're so smart. So smart. Amanda says, so hungry. I'm going to have to take a breakfast break, seeing as it's almost lunchtime here.
Brunch.
That sounds good. Ooh, Rachel's joined us as well. I've got a frog in my throat. My favorite evening streamers came over. Yeah, so lovely.
Did you see what JC said? She said, oh, that's so sweet, Emma. I've never been called royalty before.
Oh, but you are.
Yeah.
And Nia says, finishing up my morning work and heading out to run errands in a few. I love the way that Americans say that they're going to run errands. I think it just makes it sound so fun. Whereas I just be like, oh, I'm just going to do a few. I'm just going to go to the shops, I guess I'd say, or go out to do a few things. I don't know, but I'm going to run errands. I don't know. It just sounds purposeful and yeah.
Well, I mean, you can take the phrase, use it. I like to use sort something out, right?
Yeah.
That's a very British phrase. I've been using that a lot. And brilliant. You say that quite a bit, and I love that. It's brilliant.
Do I? Did I say brilliant? I don't know. Must do. Must do. Shannon says I do. I don't notice. I couldn't believe like the stress over Watcher and nobody knowing what Watcher meant. I was like,
even Andy didn't know, and he's from the UK.
yeah. It just goes to show my husband says I talk nonsense. I make up words all the time.
Us, they were writers. We'd make up words.
I know. Well, that was the thing. I remember when our boys were really little, I'd make up words with them. Like, I don't know. I just make up stupid words and stupid songs and things. And we'd use them, but just the boys and I would use them like in regular conversation. Like, I can't even think, when you just can't think of an example now that makes sense. Oh, yeah. It was like one of them was, if one of them was grumpy, they had a grumpy squiggler. That was what was up with them. It was a grumpy squiggler, and sometimes it had to be removed. There was a grumpy squiggler removing thing. And my husband said to me, like, he shouldn't talk nonsense with them. Like, they need to use like proper words and proper vocabulary. And I said, well, what about Roald Dahl? He came up with like hundreds of nonsense words, and his books are complete bestsellers. So I think it's fine if my children speak nonsense every now and again. And I don't think they really do anymore. They're just with me.
Yeah, they kind of just grow out of it sometimes, I think.
Yeah. And they're so huge now. They're so big. My second eldest just got another offer from a university.
Oh, nice.
Actually, he got it last night. So we're out on the dog walk this morning, and he's like, oh, by the way, like teenagers do, I got an offer from Bristol University last night. I forgot to tell you because I was playing video games and it was really exciting.
The video games were more exciting than the college.
Exactly. So that's great. He's heard back from all of them now and he got into all 5. So I was very, very proud.
Oh, well, congrats to him.
Nia says, shorts helped me too. I've been testing without them the past 2 weeks to see the difference.
Ooh, I love testing stuff. So love to know what you see.
Yeah, definitely. And Amanda says, sometimes I find myself saying I was meant to instead of I was supposed to, which I feel like is really British. I was meant to, I was supposed to. I don't know what I say. I don't think I think about what I say, maybe
the first time I beta read for a British author, she used the phrase was sat. And I thought it was a grammatical error because I had never seen it before. And I'm like, one of these days I'm going to end up saying it, especially since my son's favorite song right now is Unholy. We were just talking about that on my channel the other day. And, I made that the short off the song, right. Sam Smith's Unholy. And Sam Smith has a line in there that says was sat, is in the song. So I'm like, I'm going to end up using that one day. I'll be like, where'd that come from?
Inca, priorities and congrats to him. Yeah, that's just so him, the way that he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, because he's been waiting for that one to come back for like a month and a half. It's been so annoying, and he didn't even want to go there particularly. So he was saying, oh, like I've been waiting so long, shall I just withdraw from that one, and just accept the ones that I wanted? But he was giving it a few more days. But my eldest is also waiting on that university as well, which is really annoying. JC says, that's awesome, Emma, that he got into all 5. Congratulations. Yeah. As he put it, fooled another one.
He just used your name. I'm the son of a famous author.
Yeah, I'm actually Emma Bennet's son. And they're like, say who now? Like, you might have seen her YouTube channel. And they're like, no, because she has like a tiny number of subscribers.
But do you really think that? Because you're over 800 subscribers. I had the wrong number in my head. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on like 850.
That's 800 people. If you imagine that they were actually in front of you and you were doing one of your videos live, like you were,
it's a lot.
That's a lot of people. It is a lot of people. So we think it's small because we're looking at these like, multi-thousands of channels, subscribers for other people, but it's still a lot. Yeah,
it is a lot of people. And because the writing community, in the UK is relatively small compared to the US, and the romance writing community, of course, is even smaller. I do actually get like spotted, if that makes sense, and people come up to me at events and they're like, "Hi, are you Emma Bennet? Like, I've watched your YouTube channel," which is really, really weird. Yeah. Definitely very, very strange when that happens.
See, all he has to do, throw his mom's name around. He gets into colleges.
Exactly. Exactly. Laura Gomez says, if you've been accepted to 4, I guess number 5 isn't such a big deal. Yeah. And like I say, it wasn't the one that he wanted to go to anyway. So it's fine. Right. Shall we do another sprint?
Yep, let's do it.
And get some work done? It'd be awesome. So we've got Mr. Fox again. I wish I could use your kittens. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I need to just make a new one, and hopefully it doesn't go over big so you can use it.
Yeah, just no one use it, only me. It's my one. You can make it private just for me. Okay, let's get all productive and awesome in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There we go. Another sprint done. How was that for you, Shannon?
That's good. Yeah, I got through that chapter. Now on page 92. So just got another 400 pages to go through.
Don't think about it like that. That's when it gets overwhelming.
Yeah. How did you do?
And just think, you wrote all those 500 pages. Odd. That's amazing. Yeah. I know what I wanted to ask you, actually, because I remember you saying that because this is fantasy romance, you were a bit concerned about being actually able to write the romance part of it convincingly, because although like, there is some romance in your other books, it's not the main part of it. So how have you found that?
Yeah, I was still a bit uncertain if I was successful with it. And that's why I had alpha and beta readers, where I've only ever used beta readers in the past. But everybody liked, I mean, obviously I had one who didn't like the characters, one alpha reader who didn't really like the characters. But of all the characters, she liked the male character the most. And all of them, all the feedback I received was that the male arc was really good. The initial feedback on the female, though, is that they didn't understand why she wasn't growing. And but with this, I worked on her arc, and I've got some more positive feedback. And so I think that their arc and coming together, that was what I was really working on. And so the feedback overall has been positive. So I'm going to trust what they said.
So have you done both of the points of view then, the male and the female?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it kind of 50-50?
I would say it's more the female. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense because, that's better.
It's definitely not split 50-50, but it's not huge difference between it. It's not like 80-20, it's they, but.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well done. Amanda said 6 more pages to finish.
Nice.
Laura Gomez is making a risotto. Yum. I haven't made a risotto for ages because like 3 of my family aren't very keen on risottos. The other 3 of us like it, but I can't stand the complaining. I just can't. And Inca said sorted through book funnel promos to join. Cool. Have you found those good for you? I'm wondering. We also had Dreaming Truth popped a link to her new website. So make sure that you check that out. I just had a little look at it and I was reading some of her like blog entries, which are like diary entries, and I was really enjoying them. So that was cool. Yeah. And that right. So then, though, Amanda had some bad news early on in the sprint. Her husband got furloughed, which really, really sucks. Yeah, absolutely does. I was wondering, like, because I think the first time that most people, well, maybe me, heard the term furloughed was obviously during the pandemic. And so I was like, what? How? Like, do people still do that? What? But it seems that the company just don't have the money to keep him on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is really, really rubbish. And we are feeling very sorry for him because it must be a horrible feeling. ML Bull popped in as well and is doing some journaling, looking at journals. Oh, cool. That's the best bit of journaling, like buying the journals for me. Does anyone else like journaling? It's something that I would love to do, but I just never seem to prioritize it, is what I said in the chat. I think I should do it, and then I just don't get around to doing it properly.
I used to do it, but it's been years.
Mm-hmm.
Usually if I journal, it's on my books, on my stories.
Sure. Well, that can be really helpful. And Elaine came in. Hello, Elaine. And Paige, I don't know if Paige was leaving us or coming back to join us, but she said 3 more pages down, but I need to dash around and do a few more chores for the rest of this sprint. So I hope that they got all sorted out, because house chores are the worst. And where are we? Kat says, I'm on my 2nd paragraph of my blog post, writing about the short stories I read for the week of weird readathon. That sounds like a fun readathon. I hadn't heard of that one.
Is Kat, are you a booktuber, or like, I think she says she does blog posts, so probably I don't know if she's on YouTube, but yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah. We'd like to know more about you, please, Kat. Thank you. Shadow's Lair had brioche for breakfast. Yum, yum. And walked the dogs.
That's wonderful food.
Yeah, they know how I like the food. Also, it's at this time that I start to get really hungry. So I like to know what everybody's been eating. Inka says, I've only had a mailing list since October, so I'm building this way. I'll cull a bit later. But yeah, doing okay. Cool. I'm still waiting for your series, Shannon, about how you built up your newsletter. I'm desperate for this.
Okay.
I want to know.
It is on my mind there. I think I'm going to do it as a live stream, because I think that's going to be easier than trying to edit a whole video. But
Sure.
First, I need to do a live stream on my first quarter sales and earnings and stuff, because I said I was going to do that this year. Instead of doing monthly, I was going to do quarterly, but I haven't done it yet. So
yeah, I was actually wondering where that was.
It's in my mind.
But yes, I need that live stream. I really, really need it. I signed up for Richard Holiday's newsletter yesterday, and it came through, and his is awesome. It's like so well set out with so many like links to other authors and things and stuff to click through. Although Richard being Richard, I messaged him and I was like, oh, I just got your newsletter, it's really great. And his response was, make sure you click through to everything.
It does build up engagement and tells your whatever email you have that is a viable person or newsletter. And right. I had learned some new things that I could pass on. I send test emails, but I send them to my emails, and like if you send it to like your Gmail, like Gmail recognizes, oh, you are the author of the newsletter, even if it's not your regular Gmail. Like, because I have a Gmail, my author name, I have a Gmail that's under my maiden name, and they're both, Gmail. And so it says, they know that's you. So you need to set up a test email that's not linked, like you've never emailed back and forth between those 2 emails. That's how they know that it's you. And I have sent like forwarded stuff from one email to the other email. So I need to set that up. And then the thing is that you send a test email. Like I've known there's certain things you put in your subject line that you shouldn't use. I've used them because I'm like, what else am I going to say? But like free, you don't use things like free or promotion or things like that, because email platforms will flag it as spam. But another thing that I learned that was new was that the more links and pictures you have in your email, the more likely it is to be categorized as spam by platforms. So they said that you should limit it to like 3 to 4 pictures. And they even talked about megabyte size, which I can't remember what it was now. But there was a website that's free where you can go and put your pictures in there, and it will make it a really small size for your email, so you can have more pictures.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, well, I include like 4 or 5 pictures every email I send out, because that's how I do my promos, the cross promotion. I use Story Origin on BookFunnel, but it's the same idea, do all the cross promos. And so I use lots of pictures for that. And I always have a link. You should always have some type of call to action, which is where people will click on it, because then that, that helps your engagement rate. But I was like, wow, I tend to have lots of links and pictures. I just learned this information like a few days ago. So I'm going to test it out and send it, make a new Gmail account just to test it, to see if it gets put into spam, and find out those limits that I can do.
Yeah. Well, like Richard had loads in there. Like it just kept coming. It was awesome. And he was really kind of calling out other authors. There was a picture of you on there, all kinds of stuff. But that went straight to my inbox. There was nothing that went to spam. So that was really cool.
Good. Yeah. What is your email platform that you received it on? Was it Gmail?
No, it's like 1&1. It's my website provider, and it's
Okay,
the email that comes through them.
Yeah. So that might be different because Gmail is like really, really strict with emails.
Yeah, it might be, but yeah, it was cool. Right, Rachel, lovely Rachel said, I've added several paragraphs to the Vila document for the last episodes in May. We're getting ahead in case of another real life incident that would normally put us behind. Awesome. Yeah. I'm very jealous. We still haven't got Vila in the UK, and it's very frustrating.
I don't really think it's...
I think that it would be... Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say? You don't really think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been, listening to a lot of authors and their the Kindle experience, and some of them are not having as good of a response as they thought they would. It seems to work really well for a few genres, but not for all genres.
All right. Okay. And she says, also setting up some to edit so that I can add them to Ko-fi instead of Vila for anyone who cannot get Vila. Oh, cool. Well, that is handy.
Yeah.
Dreaming Truth says, I love house chores. It's very relaxing, sweeping, washing dishes and laundry, except for mopping. I hate mopping. I quite like mopping, actually. I find mopping quite satisfying.
Is your mopping like a different thing than sweeping? I'm just curious.
Yeah, mopping with like a wet mop. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if she's got like one of those, like, the big wet mop where you have to like wring it out and stuff. And I didn't really like those. I was touching that. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. But I'm lucky. I've got lots of like teenagers who can help me. They just take it in turns to do a lot of these things. And Laura Gomez says, I do love a good sweep. And JC says, yeah, I'm going to need that video too, Shannon. Cough, cough, building a newsletter here. Yeah, I need help. I do. I mean, it would help if I actually sent out a newsletter every now and again. I mean, I haven't even done one to say about my new publishing contract.
Or no.
I was just thinking that like yesterday. I was like, I haven't done a newsletter for a while. I haven't really had anything to say. And I thought, I've got something to say.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Kat says, yes, I have a new YouTube channel and have been mainly talking about books. I released my first video in October of 2022. I have been blogging since 2010. Cool. Yeah, I'll check. I think I'm subscribed to you.
I just subscribed.
Oh, good. A friend recommended that I start a blog to strengthen my writing skills. Yes. Rachel says, yeah, I always use that tiny JPEG to make the pics smaller because I use promotions with pictures. Oh, cool. Tiny JPEG. That sounds sweet. And Laura says, I love vlogs, but I really like reading blogs too. I miss the old days when everyone had a blog. Yeah, everyone had a blog at one point, didn't they? Kat says, I recently created a couple of vlogs for my channel. Cool. We will have to check them out. I used to have a book review website that started off as a blog and then it became a proper website. I used to get so many books for free from publishers. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. Like nearly every day there'd be more books arriving. It actually got quite stressful because even if I hadn't agreed to review them, I kind of felt like I should because they'd been sent to me. JC says, I've had a blog for over 10 years and I agree that having a blog is important and does help strengthen the writing. At the very least, it strengthens the practice of writing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Almost done with the housework this page before the housekeeper gets here. Yep. Yeah, there we go. You've got to tidy the house before the cleaner gets there. So they don't think that you live in a mess. Dreaming Truth says, I have the one that has a handle that makes it easier to wring out the mop without having to touch the icky part, but the motion of mopping is horrible on my back. Oh,
Gotcha.
That's no good. That's no good. And Kat said that her writing has improved thanks to the blog, so that's cool. And ML says, some of my story inspiration comes while washing dishes. Yeah, like little jobs like that, when your mind is kind of free to think about characters and what's happening and things like that. Oh, and thank you for popping a link to Kat's channel. That was very kind of you. You're going to get loads of new subscribers from this, Kat. Going to be awesome. And Inka says, if your email is long and heavy on HTML, it will just split. Mine, along with a lot of images, because I love memes and GIFs, and they just split. I use online accounts and mail tester to test emails. What do you mean by split? Am I being a bit simple here?
Yeah. And they did part of what they were talking about was the heavy on the HTML is part of the issue, but I don't know what split means.
No, I don't know. Oh, unlinked. What she said here. Unlinked accounts. Oh, instead of unlike, yeah, unlinked accounts. Yeah, we want to know what split means. And Shadow says, and now I'm subscribed to Kat. Yay! I also have a blog, though I haven't posted on it much lately. And oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating us. Margaret is back with 681 words and today's video. Excellent. Do you want to put a link to today's short in the comments, Margaret, so we can all check it out? I hope it has granola or tea.
And I would say to Kat that Margaret, she crosses between AuthorTube and BookTube, but she's a fellow BookTuber. I don't know if you guys have met. So.
Yeah. Margaret, Kat, Margaret. There we go. Now they've met. Margaret says, re-downloading YouTube app on phone to try Shannon's thumbnail tactic. Oh, yes. Yes. Is there anybody else here doing shorts who needs to know your tactic? I'm wondering.
And the tactic is choosing the thumbnail yourself, being able to choose your own thumbnail for your short, if you care. I mean, there's some debate about whether or not if it's useful. Now, if your short is coming up in a search function, which they're saying that's gaining more traction now, then the thumbnail makes a difference. But if your short is being seen from a thumbnail or from the short shelf, then the thumbnail is never really seen because it just automatically starts playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try that now, because you were saying that Apple didn't have it, but then it did get it a couple of days ago. You weren't able to choose it on
any
Apple?
iOS phone did not have it a few days ago, but now all of them do.
Right. Awesome. I'll have to give that a go. Joanne, are we promoting our stuff now? If so, can I promote something? Yeah, promote something if you like. It's all good. So good. Inka says, oh, splitting is when you have to click on a link to the whole email as opposed to it like showing up.
She's saying still no pencil.
Yeah, still working on the upload, so no link. Yeah, fair enough. And still no pencil icon on any of the screens. Oh, that's a shame. I'm having a filming day tomorrow, and I'm gonna film a few shorts, hopefully. So I'll have a go, and I will report back to the Discord group.
Because I have an iOS phone now. I had an Android one before, and it wasn't on the iOS one. I had to use my old Android phone to upload my shorts so I could pick my thumbnail. Yeah. But now it's on my iOS phone. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not on markets.
Maybe she needs to. I don't know. Maybe there's like an update or something that she hasn't done. I don't know. I don't know anything about phones. Shall we go for our final sprints?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get some work done. That is what we're supposed to be here for. Okay, everyone. Let's be all awesome and productive in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There we go. That is the end of our final sprint for today. How did you do, Shannon?
I'm doing good. I'm just now seeing your private chat messages. I didn't see them before, so I was like laughing.
Oh,
I got to page 159, so made good progress.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Not bad at all. I had one of my crazy sons. It's his turn to hoover today. So he was trying to get the hoovering done as quickly as he could before the sprint finished. And they were all complaining, by the way, about us talking for so long because they were wanting to come through the room. That's what I was saying in the chat.
That's what I was
So
talking
he's like,
about.
so he's like quickly going, and he was coming around the back. I was like, dude, don't come around the back. Like, you'll be on the camera. He's like, oh, okay. And I was like, you got to stop now. The sprint's ending in 17 seconds. Oh, problems with having another on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
What can we do? Right. Okay. So I believe, so I starred where I was, and I can show that star. Okay. But then it's not like showing up in my comment, like in the list.
Right. You have to go back to your comments and then scroll through your comments up through until you get to the point where you have the star at. Yeah. I wish it would go to the point in the chat where the star was at. It doesn't do that.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, it would be.
It would. But anyway, yeah, Rachel. Oh, here we go. Rachel says, I'm considering vlogs instead of blogging. I write articles and write stories and novels. So I think I'd like a bit of a break and would like to use a new medium for me. Cool. I know that you get a lot out of the creative process of making videos, don't you, Shannon?
I do. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. For me, it's not so much the creativity for me. I just really enjoy kind of sharing the information, if you like, because I know how valuable YouTube and AuthorTubers would have been to me when I was first starting out. So I really like to think that I'm saying something that might help somebody, especially when I'm giving like a little tip about querying or something like that. You know, that's what so for me, it's not so much the creative process, it's kind of the passing on the information, I guess.
I do get that too, of sharing information. I like to share information. We've talked about that a little bit in Discord.
Yeah, we have. And I must do that because you did that kind of quiz, didn't you, to find out more about you and what you were like. And basically it said that you love to share information with people. You love to gather information and then share it. Yeah. Which, I think that describes you very well. Joanne has dropped a link to her Ko-fi again for her character art. I don't know if that's a different link, but there are two links there. So I'll show them both, but you can find them in the chat.
Yeah, I think those.
Yeah, and Margaret has linked to her short for today. Margaret is doing a short every day for April. There has been lots of cats, lots of tea, and lots of granola, and they've been brilliant.
I say lots of food.
Lots of food. But unfortunately, no booty shaking in this one. We can't have that every time, can we? You know. And Margaret has magic Japanese tea. Saved it for so long, but decided to use the last bag today. Yeah, you got to use it. Otherwise, it'll just go yucky. But it is sad. Oh, here's another fun word for us to attempt, Esty. Hojicha. Hojicha and cinnamon. Oh, would love to find that combo somewhere else if anyone has a lead. I used to get a really good apple and cinnamon tea that was delicious.
Have you heard of the channel Self-Righteousness? And righteousness is the first part of righteous.
Yeah.
She just released a video. That's a song that she wrote from words that were given to her by the people from her previous video. And Margaret had given her one that she had to go look up.
Margaret. That's funny. And I was saying my youngest, my 13-year-old, he's obsessed with trying new teas. He's like a little old man with all of his teas that he has. And Richard joined us. Hello, Richard. And he popped a link to his newsletter that we were talking about earlier in case anybody would like to go to subscribe. And he was saying that, yeah, when people open up the links and things, the stats go to Story Origin when he applies to newsletter swaps. You see, I know nothing about this. And absolutely nothing.
You're familiar with BookFunnel, right?
I've heard the name BookFunnel and I kind of know what it is, but I haven't ever used it.
So Story Origin is similar, but the creator and developer for Story Origin, Evan Gao, he's constantly tweaking things. So, he's constantly adding new stuff. So like the new feature he just added is where authors can have like an author page with all their books on it. And it's secure. So even if you didn't have a website, you could use that as like your website to show your books. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I was emailed yesterday by this guy who has a website basically where he gets authors to do like a top 10 books that they recommend. Like you recommend your own books basically, but then you can recommend other
Derek Murphy
as well. No, it wasn't Derek.
Okay.
Yeah, it was somebody else, but it was quite cool. But I put one of your books on there, and I put
thank you,
one of Margaret's books as well, because I was like, those are nice and should be read more. And Paige says, okay, the house is prepped. I'm as pretty as I'm going to get today. Yeah, that's how I'm like, this is as good as it's going to get. Now off to run errands while she's here. See you lovelies in the morning or around the chats. Cool. And ML Bull has donated to Joanne's project. Jen came in and said, hello, pretty ladies. So I said Richard is very pretty. It's true.
I missed that.
Everybody's saying hello. And Margaret says, okay, I'm all set up to write some Mother's Day cards to mum and sisters, but before that, coming here with my granola. Oh yeah, for chatting. Loving the granola. I had my Mother's Day on Sunday because in the UK, Mother's Day is in March, and I missed it because we were doing other things. So I had it on Sunday, and it was lovely. It was really good. There was cake. Lots of blanket action today. Yep. Yes, there is. Oh, and one of the presents I got for Mother's Day was one of Margaret's books.
Oh, nice.
A lovely present. Captain Pinard, yes. Elaine says, got a couple of edited videos scheduled. Now on to editing my reader magnet. Awesome. What is your reader magnet? I would love to know.
She writes fantasy romance, so I assume it's something along those lines.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether she was doing like a short story kind of linked to one of her books, or whether it was, more like some chapters of her books, or which I know isn't supposed to be a very good reader magnet.
Right, that's my reader magnet right now. It's not a very good one.
Yeah. I think I haven't even got one. Oh, don't. Amanda says 3 pages left. Awesome. Margaret says you have to see the timestamp to find it, Emma. I don't know why I've gone black. I'm back. There we go.
I was like, did I drop out or?
No, you didn't do anything. I was just having a funny 5 minutes. You have to see the timestamp to find it. What am I finding? I've lost track of the conversation.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know what I'm finding. Richard says, Emma, you need to join Bethany's Author Pals Discord. Is that Bethany Atazada? I can say that.
No, Bethany Votal.
Oh, I don't know about that. Richard, can you send me a link or something? I don't know. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to find people on Discord with the funny names. I don't know.
Yes, we were talking about Clifton Strings.
Yeah. That was the name. I wrote it down somewhere because I thought I would do a video on it, actually.
Oh, cool.
Because I thought that would be really interesting. Martha Jones at Self-Righteousness. Amazing. Cool. Dreaming Truth is asking if you are streaming over on your channel today.
I am at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, I will try to catch some of that later. I've got a lot of editing still to do today. I've got a Fiverr editing gig that I'm doing.
Nice.
For a YA book. So that's kind of cool. But I do need to get it done. I was a really fun 5 gig that I was doing this morning. It was writing the blurb for a mafia romance. It was so fun, absolutely so fun. I loved doing that. All right, so this is the developer of Story Origin. Cool. Oh, thank you. I will check out that link later. And ML says, hey, how does one highlight a username on here to reply to someone? I still don't know quite how to do that. I know I can do it on my laptop, but not on my phone.
Because I was writing in here. So yeah, on the desktop, you can do it and it pulls up the name. You do the @ symbol with the person's name and it pulls it up. On your phone, you can still do the @ symbol, but you just have to write their full name. You have to make sure it matches exactly the capital letters, match exactly spacing, everything. And then put a space after their name. So don't, put a period right after their name if you're putting it into a sentence. You have to do a space and then it will highlight for them on their end.
Yeah.
But
you can't do it on your phone. It's really annoying, isn't it?
Well, that's the workaround for your phone. It just doesn't pull it up for you. You have to type it in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which nobody likes to do.
No. And Amanda said, and finished just in time for a work meeting. Awesome. Well done. And apparently I'm helpful. I can't remember why I was helpful, but it's all good.
Of course there's cake.
Of course there was cake, but did you make it? Of course. Of course. I love making cakes. Elaine says, yep, it's a short story of 2 characters who got together a month or so before book 1 starts. Oh, that sounds like a really, really good reader magnet. Margaret's saying the start comment.
Oh, she was saying by the timestamp, so you can find it in the timestamp.
Oh, thank you.
Just
you.
Put it together. Richard Holiday says he's going to send you the link for Bethany Volta's Discord.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, send me the link.
It does get a bit chatty, and I fall behind.
Yeah, and I will find you on Discord, Richard, somehow. Elaine says it's currently about 15k words. That's nice. But after these edits, it's definitely going to be more. Nice. Richard usually causes the Discord. Very true. And Richard says mafia romance. Yeah, it's all, so these like tough mafia guys, the woman finds their soft side, but then they have to fight off the bad guys. It sounded amazing. It really did, and it was very, very fun to help with that. Everybody's offering more advice about the ats and the highlights and things.
It is available on the phone. Because I've tried it out with somebody. It just does not pull the name up automatically for you. But if you spell the name exactly and put a space afterward, it will highlight it on their end.
No, that's handy to know. I didn't know that. Amanda says, my husband will be trying out 5 gigs for world building to hopefully make some extra money. Oh, that's really cool. I do blurb writing and developmental edits and beta reading and proofreading, but only of little things because I don't like proofreading big things.
Yeah. We're proofreading my book.
Richard says, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse off marriage. Yes. See, you could write one. That's exactly. YouTube mobile is trash. Fair enough. Rachel says, we'll be Stream Hotters United, Shannon and I. Bum, bum, bum. And Amanda says, I'll send a link whenever he gets up and going. I've been thinking about starting a Ko-fi as well to see if people will contribute towards medical bills, but I feel weird not offering anything back.
If you can't, you can't. And the thing is, if you do start it, you're likely to possibly get some help versus not getting anything if you don't start it.
Yeah. And nobody's going to donate if they don't want to. It's not like you're forcing people. It's an option for people, I would say. Joanne says, I feel that way too, but that's why I decided to make a Ko-fi goal for commissioned artwork. That way people would think they're getting something back for their donations. And people are managing the highlighting. That's awesome. And Shadow started some edits. Awesome. Well done.
I love that thumbnail.
I know. It's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. It's very cool. Oh, yeah. And yes, just the receiver sees it like highlighted. Awesome. Okay, right. Well, I am absolutely starving and I'm going to make some pork and apple burgers for supper tonight. So, yeah,
I'm
honestly.
getting close to my desk right here because my stomach is growling underneath the desk.
Oh, mine did the most enormous growl at the very end of a stream a few days ago. And I just pressed like end broadcast. And before I actually ended it, my stomach just went like, and I felt like shouting out, it's only my stomach.
Because I had monsters coming.
Yeah.
I'd make up something fantastical.
Well, Shannon, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been so fun. Would you like to do your little outro for us?
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for coming today to Emma's stream. And thank you, Emma, for having me on. It's just really great being here. And yeah, I have a YouTube channel in our name of SC Houston. You can see me there. I sprint quite a bit and occasionally publish videos. I also do shorts every day. And my shorts are, they flip between different ideas. So I have writing prompts, and then I do clips from the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast. And then every Saturday I put out a clip about research when it comes to the mind and body and how it relates to being a writer, because I love doing research and finding out information and things that we can learn that are tips to help us as writers. So.
Brilliant. And I am Emma Bennet. I hope that you all know that by now. I've got lots of contemporary romances available, and I have just signed a new 4-book contract with my awesome publishers, Joffrey Books, who are now the largest independent book publisher in the UK by title count. Oh, nice. I think I got that right. They are now massive, which is very, very cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I really hope that you found these sprints helpful, and I will be back on Thursday, I believe, at the usual time, which is 3 p.m. BST. That one was just for Richard, so that I said it properly and didn't say GMT. So hopefully I will see some of you then. Bye for now.
Bye.